تاريخ رياضة الملاكمة أصحاب الوزن الثقيل هم عادة اللي يبقوا أكثر في البال لأنهم يصنعوا الشو في كل ماتشواتهم، وذاكرة البوكس باش تحتفظ لسنوات قادمة بأسامي كيف ما تايسون، كلاي، هوليفيلد، فريجر، ليستون، سبينكس وجورج فورمان. وكل ملاكم منهم باش نتذكروه بحكاية، بماتش، بلقب، وإلا بحتى بكاو. وثم منهم زادة شكون وبالرغم من انتصاراته الكبيرة باش نبقاو نتذكروه لهزيمة تاريخية. وهذا هو حال البطل اللي باش نخصوله انطلاقا من سهرة اليوم مجموعة من حلقات برنامجنا، لأنه وبالرغم من 76 انتصار منهم 68 بالكاو بقات الناس تتذكر جورج فورمان كالبوكسور اللي خسر ضد كلاي في مباراتهم الشهيرة في كينشاسا The Rumble in the Jungle. لكن انطلاقا من ليلة في كاو باش نأكدوا لكم انه فورمان عنده بالماريس كبير كل لقب اللي تعرف بيه بيج جورج. The bigger of the biggest made a hit list. Not a lot of people but a sequel, so witness the evolution of a seed planted 4 years ago and now the offspring today is the new thing. The people wanna jock but if they won't, here's a quote. Jealousy has arisen but don't sweat it. And in this particular case, don't let it hold you back from pledging allegiance to this. And your girl wants a kiss but I have my own miss on my side till the skeezer in me died. Like the Dwayne to the John, the Crosby to the Bing, the Davis to the Betty, and the big man is ready to take a stand for all big mankind. And I'm gonna succeed with the rhyme. So potent that a consultant said that rapping rodents have 2/3 of my intelligence quotient, and knowing just that secures me from all the muskrats. And my degree tells me I don't must rap, but the fans of hundreds of grands know I slam. Love the jams of the big man. Chorus. Campus want people to chant this, and I mean this. If I have to, I will get fiendish, and you will be the main course of a mean dish. Grub, sucker a la chub. The play will be your test or your test of fate to see if you have any kind of heart you fought. I'm a soloist, and knowing this, you better grow an extra piss. I'm not razor rudder, but you land in your butter. Back up, move. You're dealing with the rude boy, ragamuffin with a funky something. Listen, Chubb is the one on a respect mission, ignoring all that BS that you're dishing out, cause the man with the clout came forth to show who's the boss. Lyrical force with story-o monarch to spark the plan. For the Chubb's the big man. Chorus. Trigger man, bang with the slang for the one-man gang. But now with a plan with a few called the 8-team. Diggity and the stringer will paint the whole scene. Paint the background first, that means re-rehearse. Exercise cardiovascular, and then the thirst will be quenched. The throats will be drenched with the finest wines when we dine. Climb the mountain of the hits. Put a #1 joint at the tip if it fits. And if it is a size too small, yes, y'all, a new creation for the nation, cause I'm here for the duration like the Pilgrim villains when they claimed this land. Gave birth to the big man. Chorus. The big man, the big man, the big man, the big man. الطفولة الصعيبة اللي عداها فورمان في ليجيتو متاع مدينة هيوستن في التكساس خليته يدخل مجال البوكس باش يتعلم يدافع على روحه في بلايص يبقى البقاء فيها ديما للأقوى.
The big man.
Some kids grow up knowing that they're an American. I grew up out of the gutter, robbing and stealing, hiding from the police. I was told that maybe 12 years old, one of my cousins caught me shooting hooky from school once. And I thought she was out of the house, but actually she was still there. I thought she had gone to work. I sneaked in the window. My mother had given me the lunch. I'd eaten my lunch, come back, sneak in the window to go to sleep. I hated school. And my cousin told me, when she called me, I tried to make an excuse like a guilty person do. She said, don't worry about it, you're nothing, you're never gonna be nothing.
وبعد مجموعة من المباريات والانتصارات في البطولات الهاوية تم اختيار جورج فورمان للمشاركة في أولمبياد مكسيكو عام 68 وكان حصوله على الميدالية الذهبية بمثابة المفتاح اللي حله باب الاحتراف في البوكس.
Probably the greatest thing that when I look back on it, being a 19-year-old in the 1968 Olympics, you don't believe that you can do anything like that. That they put in that uniform on you with the USA and robe you down with a parade uniform, and it's like a dream, and it didn't end, even though to this day it hasn't ended.
It's it over to the corner, the technical term, referee stops contest.
في نهاية الستينات جلب فورمان الأنظار ليه طريقته الخاصة في الملاكمة واعتماده خاصة على قوة البنية متاعه اللي خليته يكمل برشا ماتشوات بالكاو. الحاجة الأخرى اللي ميزت طريقة الملاكمة متاع جورج فورمان هي قدرته على استيعاب اللكمات وساعدته في هذا بنيته البدنية القوية. عام 69 لعب فورمان 13 ماتش ربح منهم 10 بالكاو وقبل الروندا الخامسة. وتواصلت إنجازات فورمان على الرينج. عام 70 ربح 11 ماتش منهم 10 بالكاو. عام 71 ربح بيك جورج 7 ماتشوات الكل بالكاو. وبعد هالنتائج الكبيرة أصبح حلم فورمان المنافسة على اللقب العالمي اللي كان يملكه وقتها جو فريجر. وباش يحضر للماتش هذا ربح فورمان 5 منافسين عام 72 الكلهم بالكاو وفي الروندا الثانية من الماتش.
I mean, I was scared of Joe Frazier. Nobody could tell me anything weak about him because I know there weren't any weaknesses. He'd even beat Muhammad Ali at this point. And my scheme, my part of psychology, from that point on early in my career, I would stare the guy down. I started getting in their face, looking them dead in the eye. If they would drop their face, I knew then I had this edge. But when getting ready to fight Joe Frazier, I had to look him in the eye. But I was hoping he wouldn't look down because my knees were uncontrollable. I couldn't stop them from shaking.
Three knockdowns in the round will not end the fight. That normal rule has been waived for this heavyweight championship fight.
نهار 22 جانفي 1973 في كينغستون في الجامايك جو فريجر مازال فرحان باللقب العالمي اللي ربحه عام 71 ضد محمد علي كلاي. وجورج فورمان ملاكم شاب في رصيده عدة انتصارات على المستوى المحلي لكن حلمه انه يزيد يكبر بلقب عالمي وبقية التفاصيل نتفرجوا فيها في كاو.
Forgotten bout of March 8, 1971. Oscar Bonavena twice. There's Joe Frazier coming down the aisle, hanging on. As Joe gets into the ring, right, he'll be operating right above us. There's George Foreman. The white gown in effect with the gold, really, gleaming gold trim and belt. And all three will be scoring the fight. Again, the 10-point must scoring system per round.
Frazier has been out in the center. Here's Foreman now. He'll join Frazier out there. The referee's instructions.
This contest for the heavyweight championship of the world will be governed by the rules of the Jamaican Boxing Board of Control. We expect you to obey these rules, and I will be here to enforce them. In the event of a knockdown, you must take an 8 count. The 3 knockdown rule has been waived. Break when I tell you to break. Shake hands now, come out boxing. Good luck to both of you.
They're wearing 8-ounce gloves. The heavyweight championship of the world. If it goes the limit, they use a 10-point must-scoring system. The winner of a round gets 10 points. The loser gets 9 or less. An even round, they both get 10. Joe Frazier, 214 pounds, 8.5 pounds heavier than when he fought Muhammad Ali. It's scheduled for 15 rounds here in Jamaica. Frazier, the white trunks, Foreman, the red trunks. Frazier boring in. Frazier rarely wins the first round. I'd be surprised if he won it now. Foreman a little bit tense looking. Foreman has been nailed, and nailed good. Joe Frazier's best punch is his left hook. Foreman apparently not trying to keep Frazier off with that jab. Now Foreman looks a little looser. That was a torrid left hook that caught Frazier. Arthur McCanty, the referee, goes between them. Foreman showing a good, smart, snappy jab and a good uppercut. Foreman having a very good round. Frazier went down. Taking the mandatory 8 count. A minute to go in the round. Frazier's in real trouble here. Frazier seems to be hurt. He's being rocked. Foreman in complete charge of the fight. Frazier fighting back gamely, but he's having trouble. There's the countdown, 20 seconds to go. Frazier down again. Frazier's wobbling around. He's taking the mandatory 8 count. The round is almost over. Foreman after him again. Frazier has never taken this kind of punishment. And it goes down at the bell. Arthur McCanty rules that Lowry is taking the mandatory 8 count at the bell, but he's up. Frazier was down 3 times. Yancey Gorham is holding him there. Here is round 2. Foreman in complete charge up to now. Frazier and Pollard. Foreman is being warned. Frazier is being battered in Foreman's corner. Joe's about to go down. He does. He goes down again. Joe is desperately trying to get to his feet. He's on his feet. He's taking the mandatory 8 count. 45 seconds to go in the round. Goes him down 4 times. There goes Joe down again. Joe bounces up. 5 times he's been down. Foreman at him again. It's hard to see how Frazier can last. drops it now. He's trying to get his man to a neutral corner. Frazier doesn't know where he is. The fight is over. The fight is over. The winner is George Foreman.
Everything was kind of confused, you know. Joe Lewis came to my dressing room and he said more in 5 words than all of my guys have been working in 20 days. He said, George, your left hand is going to do it. Your right hand is going to come out whenever it's necessary.
Is that what did it, George?
Joe Lewis.
Now, is that the hand that did it for you?
Right hand. Joe Lewis, I got more respect for him than any man in the world.
في زوز روندات كسر فورمان أسطورة فريجر اللي ما يخسرش. وبعد سنوات كي تسأل جو فريجر على الماتش هذه كانت إجابته.
I just thought that I could beat anybody, you know, and I took every punches that he threw. George hit me with a lot of stuff that I felt good that, you know, I'll survive it and I'll shake out of it. But each time I got back up, he keep knocking me back down. So I said, this is it, you know what I mean? When the referee, I keep getting up and the referee said, no more, that's it. No more getting up, no. I said, well, okay, I guess you got me.
To the boos of the crowd, George Foreman. And make no mistake about it, this man has psychological...
حكاية فورمان وفريجر ما وقفتش مع الماتش الأول، لأنه بعد 3 سنوات وبالتحديد يوم 15 جوان 1976 عاودوا تقابلوا لي دو بوكسور على الرينج في بورتلاند. فورمان مازال وقتها كيربح رون ليل بالكاو في 5 روندات ويحب يكمل الانتصارات متاعو، وفريجر يحب يرجع للربح بعد هزيمته ضد كلاي في مانيلا. بقية التفاصيل في الماتش الثاني اللي جمع فريجر وفورمان.
224.5 pounds, George Foreman. 12 rounds.
That's not easy for George Foreman to take. He remembers the way it was on an October day in 1968 in the wake of the Tommy Smith and John Carlos Black Power protests during the 19th Olympiad in Mexico City. He remembers how it was. Now watch this.
Now when I tell you to break, I want you to step back.
George Foreman, who was once a sparring partner for the late Charles Sonny Liston, using the baleful stare approach. Look at that. The same way Liston did. It's unaccountable. It happened. I don't think it'll have any effect on Joe Frazier. All right. The referee is Harold Vallon. I'll tell you more about Harold Vallon later. But he refereed the Ellis-Patterson fight in Stockholm in 1968. And he was a controversy by himself. Round one, action underway. Now will Joe stay away from it? Can Joe change his style? Joe will bob and weave as he always does. You can be sure of that. The left hook, missing. Foreman remembering the way it was first time around. Joe bobbing. It didn't start this way, as you saw earlier in Kingston, Jamaica. But George is big. He comes at you. Foreman is throwing leather. He's got Frazier against the ropes. And Foreman is punching crisply. They're not those long looping punches. Foreman has confidence against Joe Frazier. This is not Frazier pursuing Ali. It's a different kind of fight. There are horses for courses. There are styles for fighters. Foreman is punching away at Joe Frazier. That left looks like a telephone pole when it comes at you from George Foreman. And then there's the right uppercut, his other great weapon. That left keeps getting into Frazier. Again, you saw it there. Then the right. Foreman wants this fight desperate. He says he'll do more damage than he did in the first bout. He says winners get kisses. He's bitter about the way people have treated him. I repeat that. It's critical to George Foreman. Foreman the red jeans, Frazier the white. Frazier looking so small against the hugeness of Foreman. But it's first round action. And in the first time around, Frazier went down 3 times. Frazier dancing, bobbing, weaving, challenging Foreman. Foreman getting hit by a left and the crowd roars. Foreman, you saw it. Good left. The end of round one. Now the crowd is alive. Now they're saying 2 men going at it. Each a heavyweight champion of the world. All right, let's look at that left by George Foreman. First to right, there's that left. That snapped Frazier's head back. No question, the first round belonged to George Foreman. But no question, Frazier is moving, slipping, trying to, as much as he can. Stay away. Tire Foreman out. Foreman sits in his corner, listening to Charlie Shites, working the corner. Howard Albert, Gil Clancy's longtime managerial mate of Emil Griffith, also in Foreman's corner. Round 2. Foreman's glove, 8.5 ounces. Frazier's glove, 8 ounces. A hassle over the weights. Commissioner James Farley Jr. said, I don't care. Foreman punching straight. No longer those long punches. Punching straight, crisply. Foreman with that left getting in there. Utterly confident. Frazier with a good answering left hook. Probably his best punch so far. Foreman getting the right in there. Frazier against the ropes. This is not a rope-a-dope situation. Foreman missing. Frazier with a good left hook. Foreman steadily the aggressor. Frazier still on the ropes. Now Hoffman back against. This, folks, is a fight. Look at the countdown in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Second round action. Frazier now in the middle of the ring. Crowd yelled, but that left hook did not connect. By George. This is the crispest punching we've seen from Foreman since before the Ali fight. Frazier with a left hook. Maybe Gil Clancy has taught Foreman something. Good left hook. Got in there. Got in there by Frazier. A better second round for Frazier than the first round. Frazier, a notoriously slow start. Always bad in the first round. But Foreman punching away. Dominated in an aggressive sense. Coming up to the end of round two. There it is. And the crowd is alive. Alive for this fight. And they should be. Let's take a look in slow-mo at that first left by Joe Frazier. Watch this. There's the right lead, the left lead by Foreman. Left again missing, the right scoring, the left missing, and up comes Frazier with the left. Nonetheless, the unofficial scoring around me has it 2 rounds for Foreman, no rounds for Frazier. But Frazier's strategy evolves before your eyes. To stay in there, to bob, to weave, to let Foreman hopefully use himself up to avoid that stunning right uppercut that really caused Frazier's demise in the first fight. And then to come on in his own way, as he has against Ali. Round 3. I don't think I have to identify Frazier for you or Foreman. Now let's see if Joe comes on. Foreman missing with that left. Joe in the middle of the ring this time. He worked the ropes a lot in round 2. Foreman missing with his right. Joe working more aggressively in this round. Note that immediately. Foreman pushing him off. They had a hassle about that before the fight, too. In the first fight, no question, George manhandled Joe. Good right lead by Foreman. Another good right. Frazier hurt. Frazier hurt by a right lead and then a left. Insistent. This is a fan's fight. Right by George. George has hurt Joe Frazier in this round. Joe fighting back. Foreman accused Joe of quitting in the first fight. Frazier never quit in his life. Frazier coming back at George. Frazier slips a lot of those punches, but gets hit with too many. George George has not taken a backward step. Round 3. Action, action, action. Frazier appears totally, or rather Foreman appears totally unafraid of Frazier. You saw that left again. Foreman did pull Frazier with his left hand behind the neck. Manhandled him. We're almost at the end of round 3. George Foreman's round again. He hurt Joe Frazier in this round. That's the end of the round. Little bit of blood from the right nostril of Joe Frazier. Now let's take a look at that right and the left by George Foreman. Watch it. There's the right. There's the right. And there's the left. And that's when Frazier was hurt in the 3rd round, but no knockdowns thus far in the fight. Harold Vallon, the referee. Artie Idala and Tony Castellano, the judges. The fight's gone on a round system. New York rule. 3 knockdowns in a round will end the fight automatically. We had that twice in Kingston, Jamaica. We have not, repeat, had a knockdown yet. Foreman right above us. Calm, poised, confident. Gil Clancy is screaming over here. It's all George Foreman tonight. All George Foreman. We'll see. Round 4. When you've got a tiger like Frazier, you don't ever give up on him. Foreman with the size. Foreman with the reach. And to me, the most revealing thing about Foreman thus far, remains to be seen if he'll tire as he has in the past, has been the direct crispness of his punching. No more long, loping punching coming from behind the ear, but right on. Watch. Oh, a good right following a left. You know what this fight means to Joe Frazier. He dreams of a Frazier-Ali 4. He was not staggered there. That was a slip. Don't be misled. How to get inside that jab. How to do the damage. Upwards with the left hook. That's the kind of left hook that staggered Ali in the 11th of Ali Fight 1 and floored him in the 15th of Ali Fight 1. Good left hook there by Joe. So he's had 2 good left hooks in this recent series of exchanges. 2 quick lefts by Joe. Suddenly getting into Foreman. That one missed. Uppercut, attempt in the score. Frazier again. The crowd responding. But Foreman back. Left. Less than a minute to go, as you can see, in round 4. Ceaseless action. Frazier pushing off to get punching room. We approach the end of round 4. No knockdowns yet. Endless punching. The crowd yelling at every left hook thrown by Frazier. Foreman pushing off again. Missed. That's the end of round 4. Frazier's best round of the fight. Now let's go back in slow motion. Watch this right by George Foreman. There it is. Snap the head back. Then watch a left by Joe Frazier. There it is. Got in there. Frazier's best round thus far. Round 4.
Yeah, let's set him up for things. Okay.
At ringside, the feeling is that that round was even.
Snap that jab. Don't push it. Snap it.
Okay, round 5. Let's see if Foreman begins to tire. Frazier. Remember how Frazier came on in Manila, beginning with round 5 against Ali? Now he's survived 4 against the bigger, apparently stronger man, although each weighs 224.5. Let's see if Foreman backing up a step or 2. Still punching well. You saw that left snap Frazier's head. Pushing him off. Good right by Foreman. This is not the fellow who staggered about the ring against Ron Lyle. No way. Not up to this point. This is not the fellow who was outsmarted by Ali, or whatever happened to him in Zaire. Frazier trying to fight back. Foreman dominating. Round 5. Foreman got in, good coming, and again, you saw it there. Frazier's hurt. Frazier's hurt again. One right hurt Frazier. Frazier's down. Frazier is down from a right. The mandatory 8 count. The first knockdown in round 5. George Foreman looking revived tonight. Frazier getting the left. Frazier getting the right. Frazier taking it from George Foreman. Foreman again with the right. Second knockdown in the round. One more knockdown. This fight is over. George Foreman struggling to Frazier, struggling to his feet. George Foreman poised in the neutral corner. Look at him. In total command now. And Harold Vallon says the fight is over. George Foreman wins in the 5th round by a technical knockout.
مرة أخرى وقبل ما توفى البارتي يطيح فورمان فريجر بالكو ويأكد سيطرته عليه. هذه كانت حكاية فورمان وفريجر.
Straight and crisp from the very beginning. No sign of fatigue. Frazier as game as ever, but now inevitably the boxing career over.
His trademark hair, turn around so you can see your little pony here. His trademark hair, very nice, and
في فيديو الأسبوع الجمعة هذه باش تتعرفوا على المعجزة الجديدة متاع البوكس. بريتي بوي بام بام، ملي عمره عامين وبوه يغرم فيه بالبوكس ويراني فيه، والنتيجة تفرجوا فيها في كو.
Dear Father, thank you for sending your son to come and die for the sins of each and every one on the earth. Lord, we were born sinners. The death, burial, and resurrection made us winners. Lord, now that I'm free and not a slave to sin, I'm going to spread the good news to my worldly friends.
well, very, very good. That's exceptional. You can dance a little too, because I saw you over here when we got ready to go. Show us a little dance step. Yeah, that's it. Get loose. Go ahead.
I'm going to warm up real quick. Warm up roller.
One more time. Catch hook right hand behind that. Jab there. Let's try it. Roll that 10. Ready? Swerve. Not bad. One more time. One more time.
It's nice defense, pretty boy.
One more time, jab there.
What kind of punching power does he have, Tojo?
Real good power, real good power.
I understand he caught you once with a stray.
Yeah, throw the right hand. Can you hear it? Hook right hand right there. Two of them right there.
Nice snap on those punches. What happened when he caught you with a stray?
I kind of knocked my teeth through my lip.
I haven't seen him on ESPN.
The trash talk has already begun, and both youngsters hope that this first fight will be the beginning of a very long career.
Big men on the campus want people to chant this, and I mean this. If I have to, I will get fiended.